So I don't understand how you got that achievement for, like, doing every crime in a night, right? But I've been doing crimes for, like, 40 minutes.
Well, I had to go back to the Belfry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, these are strongholds.
But I think those might count, won't they?
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those count.
Criminals are preparing to commit a crime. Take them...
My achievement was for, like, clearing the map off of everything you could do in the night before going back to the Belfry. And then I went back to the Belfry and the achievement popped.
Oh, interesting. What are your thoughts on playing as Jason, by the way?
I think he's pretty darn cool. I like his bumbo.
Take care of this.
I think he's kind of hot when he chokes people.
I think he's awesome.
I'd be into him.
I am into him, and I'm not even gay.
That makes sense.
Yet.
Yet. Do you think Tim Drake is into him?
I don't think so. I think it'd be too weird. I think they're like weird, estranged brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Do you think Bruce officially adopted anybody in this canon?
I think at least Dick Grayson.
Because you'd think they would have mentioned him, like, at the eulogy or something, like, and his adopted son, Dick Grayson, has been left everything, or something like that.
Maybe he asked not to be mentioned.
Maybe.
I know for me, I wouldn't really want to be mentioned at my dad's funeral.
That makes sense.
Because it's just weird. Alright, dodge, dodge, dodge. We gotta get more abilities. It seems like it takes a while to level up from crime, so I'm guessing we have to start actually progressing the story.
I like the idea that at your dad's funeral they say, and now a few words from his son, Degenerate Jay.
That's what they did. And then they played a clip of me.
Nice.
And I was like, I don't want to play that. Why am I doing so bad?
Well, you know.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Is that your way of saying you want to be done?
Hey, CP.
Why didn't you just tell me you want to be done?
Well, I thought a big yawn would help.
Just talk. Use your words.
I don't know how to talk.
Okay, well.
Speak word no more.
I know that's not true. I was hoping there would be a chest around here.
Well, maybe there is. We could look around after. I really like the way he moves. And I like that all of the Bat family moves differently. Like, they have different moves, and the way they just kind of walk around and stuff. They're not just the exact copies of each other in terms of, like,
Do you see a chest?
Not yet. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know how Ezio climbs the exact same way as all of the people in the Brotherhood multiplayer did? Like, they climbed just like Ezio did, and they didn't change their movements?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't do that sort of thing with this game, where everybody just walked the same exact way and did the same exact movements. Like, they have personality to the way they walk around and stuff, and I think that's really cool.
No, I agree. They did a good job with that. And they could have done much less, so...
I also have a renewed excitement to play as Robin, now that I found out he has that, like, really cool suit in the game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's that suit that kind of reminds me of one of his more classic looks. I think it looks awesome, and I'm excited to see that, like, in the gameplay.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I thought we'd play some as everybody.
Uh-huh.
Although we'll kind of go back and forth between some of the main ones. I didn't even get a...
Do you want to show that suit, by the way?
I didn't get that achievement. Sup. This is to Jason Todd from Roy Harper. This is one of the things you were talking about. This is Arsenal.
That's because you didn't do the second stronghold. There was one more stronghold on the map.
Well, you didn't do all those.
Well, because I didn't have strongholds show up that night, because it was the first night in Gotham.
Well, I don't know how much stuff I was supposed to do, but I guess everything. This is Roy Harper. This is Arsenal. He is the prodigy of Green Arrow.
Oh,
He's
okay.
Arsenal, or sometimes Red Arrow.
Cool.
Hell, dude, I heard about what happened with Batman. That's, if you ever want a distraction, maybe you, me, and Corey can find ourselves in trouble again, too. Corey's Starfire.
I know who she is.
Get the old band back together. This is a reference to Red Hood and the Outlaws. I know of a few heads down Miami way that could use some busting, and the weather sure beats Gotham. Let me know, bro.
I love Corey.
That's cool. Alright, abilities. We don't have enough ability points.
She should be in this game.
She should be.
She should have sex with Dick Grayson on screen.
Well, she's had sex with 2 Robins that I know of. Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
Wait, really? She had sex with Jason?
Yeah, it's implied, but...
Oh! So she was into the Robin type. She had a type and it was a bird.
Kinda, yeah.
Nice.
I kinda wanted to try this suit on.
Okay.
But...
I was wondering if you'd want to show people that Tim Drake suit I was talking about.
Yes, I will. Can I do this first, though?
No.
Okay, I guess I can't. There should be a thing... Yeah, the workbench. Here we go. So how do you equip this? Like, I need to go into... Where is it? Not gear.
Looks like Thanos.
That's really funny. I like that.
I like that one, too.
Okay, well, then I'm not picking it.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
That one's kind of interesting. I wish that you could unlock more colorways a little earlier in the game.
Me too. We'll have to see how you unlock them. I keep making this mistake with the suit thing. Okay, where it's not as easy as you would think.
Keep trying.
To actually... it's already equipped.
It's in mods.
You wanted to see Tim Drake?
Yeah, I wanted you to show people that suit that I liked on him.
Yeah, I'll have to switch to him.
Because that one right there is awful.
This suit's pretty bad.
That is the worst suit he has ever been given.
And this is also just a bad look in general.
Yeah, he looks okay in his street clothes.
Oh no. You remember that one guy? Mr. Mayonnaise?
Condiment King. I smelled like relish for weeks after fighting him.
Wow. And you mustered up the courage to take him on alone, right?
Oh dear God, Dick. Have some self-respect.
They're funny.
I heard them referring to the Condiment King.
I like Mr. Mayonnaise.
You can't get in the middle of that conversation. What were you saying, though? You were talking about Tim Drake's hair or something?
No, my problem with his outfit is it seems like everybody else is kind of dressed for more of, like, a warmer weather-ish. Where, like, they're dressed a little lighter, and he's, like, wearing a full-on sweatshirt, and it's like, okay, what kind of weather are we dressing for here?
My issue is that he just looks like
an idiot?
Damien.
An idiot?
No, he looks like Damien.
He looks too young.
And I think they made him pretty young here.
I don't get why.
I'm not, like, a huge fan of the build and look for Robin in this game.
Yeah,
This looks like Chris O'Donnell if he had been in a life-changing accident.
I would have made him a little bit older and slightly buffer. That's the outfit I was talking about. I love that one.
I think it's good, too. It's just I don't understand why he's so sleek. Like, he usually is a little bit more built. And I guess I don't understand why they didn't go that direction with him.
I like that outfit mostly because it reminds me of the outfit that he wore, was it the 60s TV show? Where he wore, like, the short shorts?
Yeah, that outfit's pretty bad.
I liked that outfit. I thought it was hilarious. I wish they had that in the game.
Physical and mental preparation go hand in hand. Here, we can train the mind to prepare the body. But it requires deep focus. Let go of your grief and concentrate on my voice. When an enemy blocks your attack, break through their defenses with a heavy strike.
Look, doesn't he look awesome?
He looks way better. All I was saying is that I'd like him if he had a little muscle on him. To me, and I'm not trying to body shame here or whatever Tumblr will get mad about today. This guy doesn't look like he works out.
He looks a little bit too skinny to be beating people up like this.
Am I wrong?
Like he wouldn't be strong enough.
Am I wrong to say he doesn't look like he works out?
No, I agree with you. He doesn't look like he works out.
Well done.
Because I went to high school with teenage boys who worked out, and they were more built than that guy.
He looks like my friend that I grew up with, who was very obviously gay, who never worked out and hated working out, and hated it so much, and dressed between feminine and masculine, and was built between feminine and masculine on purpose. Do you know what I mean by that? And that's not me, like, shitting on gay people. But my point is that I feel like with Tim Drake, since they went the route of, like, Tim is bi, they've done a little bit of this, like, this thing where they think, like, well, we have to make him look bi. And I'm like, to me, what does that even mean? Like, it just seems like you're trying to find a spot between masculine and feminine for how you make Tim Drake look and how he's built in the comics and stuff.
Which, in my opinion, is extremely offensive.
Well, I'm not trying to be offensive.
Well, no, I'm just trying to say, like, you don't have to look gay to be gay. Like, there's
Yeah, look at me. I look gay, and I'm not.
Well, there's plenty of masculine men who don't talk with a higher pitched voice and don't dress super feminine who are gay. You know? Like, I understand that that's the stereotype, and there's nothing wrong with if you want to be dressing like that and be kind of like...
If you want to look gay?
Yeah, if you want to look like a stereotype, that's fine. That's your choice. But there's also...
Hold LB to throw smoke bombs.
There's also no, obligation for every single gay person to be like that. And it kind of seems like they are making him stereotyped. It's kind of like when they used to depict black people with, the really big lips and stuff like that and make them look like a stereotype.
Chill.
Well, I'm trying to say, how they made them look really stereotypical and mean? Like, it was, a mean stereotype. Well, that kind of seems like what they try to do now for a lot of gay people. Also, that's such a glitched out cape. That's what they do now with a lot of gay people, but they try to say, oh, but we're being woke because we put the gay person in our mainstream comic or in our mainstream movie or whatever.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick. My thing is, he could have a lot of lean muscle, but, lean muscle only takes you so far. And there are plenty of gay dudes who work out, or bi dudes, or whatever. Because, bi is not the same exact thing as gay, anyway. I mean, I guess you would know.
Thank you.
But, to me, I really miss when Robin was built a little bit more muscular than this. And I feel like since that change in the comics, I've noticed a direct correlation of them not doing that.
And making him into things that would be considered more girly, like knitting.
Which is fine.
It's fine. Men can like things like that. You like dolls,
I love dolls. I think they're awesome.
There's nothing wrong with men liking feminine things, but there is a problem when they introduce a character as gay, and then they start making that character pretty much only like feminine things, and not mention...
It went over my head.
I know, it looked dumb.
That's not even my problem, Jill. My problem is the idea...
I didn't get to finish!
Well, you said the same thing 3 times, but go ahead, say it again.
I wanted to say, there was a direct correlation with him no longer being very masculine looking or liking super masculine things, and instead just being almost extremely feminine just because they made him come out as gay. And I found that to be a stereotype, and I found that to be offensive.
That was the same exact thing I knew you'd say for the 3rd time, but yes, I agree. Should I bully you?
Please stop being mean to me.
Why? I'm gonna bully you.
Well, I like explaining what I mean, because it's like...
But you don't let me explain what I mean fully, because you get so far into your own point that nobody else gets to...
I know, but sometimes I need to be able to say it because I'm a woman and I've been oppressed my whole life and I deserve to have my speech.
I'm sure that's it.
I really like how big his penis looks in that outfit.
Yeah, he's ready to fight the Battle of the Bulge over there.
I know, right?
So what I'm saying is this. This is a kid, and I understand that, and kids are less muscular than this. This is a full-grown man. And that's a nice dick on dick.
However, Tim Drake is supposed to be... 16 or 17, and he's damn near almost a grown man. And I have met 16 to 17-year-old boys because I went to high school. I used to be 16 and 17.
Nope.
Shockingly. And I've met boys who were kind of built more like maybe a shorter Dick Grayson. Who were that age.
My point is just that if you want to make him look like a kid, that's fine. If you want to do lean muscle, that's fine. But I think that there's a lot of excuses made to make sure that Tim Drake doesn't look very masculine.
Just because they wanted him to be gay.
I don't know. Maybe. But my point is, it sure seems like a coincidence. The way that he's been portrayed. And I don't care who he dates. I mean, to be fair, the character they paired him up against is terrible.
Who is also a stereotypical gay.
Yeah. Can we remind people that you're bi?
I suppose we can. I'm just saying, a lot of times when I see stereotypes of people with my or similar sexualities, it really annoys me, and it bothers me that, a lot of other gay people are like, oh yeah, finally, let's take the small breadcrumb of, one person being gay and this one thing that I like because it'll keep me happy for the next 10 years. Instead of being like, hey, no, actually, we deserve better. Maybe we shouldn't be given just, these stereotypes. Maybe we don't want just some secondhand character passed down to be gay for the first time in 72 years. Maybe we want our own character that was created from the first day it was, born to be gay.
I expect no less.
But instead they give us their hand-me-downs. It's kind of like... Because Superman sells so much, if they decided they wanted to make Clark Kent
For a powerful counterattack.
African American instead and sell it to black people because they decided that making their own character, like a Calvin Ellis, wouldn't sell as well. That's racist.
I mean, I agree with you. It's just it means less when I say it because I'm not bi. So, like, for some reason that means I don't get an opinion on it.
I just don't get why, like, people are allowed to say something like, oh, that's racist about that, but when it comes to gay people, everything's fair game. It's all fine. It's not offensive. Because at least we're adding in gay people. At least we got something. Like, no, we didn't need anything. And if we're gonna get something, it may as well be good. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I just care that the character's well written, and I think Bernard is, like, a really terrible character.
A self-insert. Self-insert from a Wattpad person.
It's a really bad character. Oh, so
it was written by some, like, 14-year-old who's never gotten dick in their life and was like,
hey, I'm playing his dick.
and I was like, ugh, I really need to, like, have my self-insert have sex with Tim Drake.
Well, what's even worse and more offensive is, like, when you read that comic and it's him trying to figure out that he's bi, and everyone around him is telling him that he is, like, Alfred's telling him and everything, and it's like, bro, you would have told him at some point in the, 30 years of the character's canon that you thought he was bi.
That, or, like, when he asked people, they would just be like, like a normal person, they'd be like, you know what, that's a sort of thing that you have to decide for yourself, and if you decide that you like boys, that's okay, and I'll still accept you, and if you decide that you really just only like girls, or if you like both, or if you like something in between, that's fine. Because that's what most people say. They don't just say, oh, well, I always thought you were gay.
So, here's the thing, though. Tim Drake has been a poorly written character off and on since...
In the heat of battle, remember to not rush. Time your strikes well to build momentum in the fight.
So, he has been a poorly written character off and on since the early 2000s, I would argue. But he was fine. He was, like, very well written in the 80s and 90s, I thought. Mm-hmm. But then in the early 2000s, they started forgetting what to do. And, okay, as a melee attack, he's about to strike an enemy, tap X to perform a time strike. Oh, okay, I see.
That's pretty cool.
So basically... My thing is, especially since the New 52, which is a little later that I'm talking, they've just had no idea what to do with Tim Drake.
Don't get complacent.
So, I mean, that has nothing... Let's leave the training area.
You, Dick.
That has nothing really to do with him being bi or not, but, like, that was far before they, made those changes. So my point is just, it's been a long time coming. The Tim Drake, like, having to hit a point of... What do we do with this guy? Oh, change something major. That's my problem with it. And also my other problem with it is all the egotistical assholes who are, like, so angry about anyone not connecting with the writing choice that they need to, like, threaten them, harass them, get angry at them, etc. It's just boring and weird.
It's upsetting.
It comes off very weak to me.
It also upsets me when it's people who are talking to me like that, because it's like, oh, so I have to take this bi mascot? Like, I can't have something better? Like, I have to just take what I'm given and shut up like a good little bisexual?
Yeah,
like,
people were very rude to you about it, too.
It's pretty condescending. Like, if you said that same thing to, like, a black person or something, you would be called the most racist motherfucker on the face of the earth. But because I'm bisexual, it's okay.
Well, yeah, and, I mean, because... I would say it's because you're bisexual and you married a man.
Yeah.
So, like,
so
you're
I don't
less
count.
of one.
I don't count. I'm a less of a LGBT person, I guess, because of that or whatever.
Do you want me to go back out and do more missions, or do you want to be done? You seem tired.
I am a bit tired, but I also got a little riled up because that sort of thing makes me so angry. Like,
I know.
It also makes me angry,
Should
too.
I go do something?
Yeah, why don't you walk around a little bit? It also makes me angry, too, because we talk to our friend Allie a lot. And our friend Allie is trans and, identifies as, like, a gender fluid person, and sometimes leans more towards being a male, but likes to present themselves as a female sometimes. And people don't take Allie seriously because they dress as a female a lot of times. They're like, oh, well, you couldn't possibly be trans, and stuff like that. Or you couldn't possibly be, like, into multiple genders because you married a man. Stuff like that, because Allie married a man, too. And it's like, okay, well, obviously this is a pretty common thing where, like, there's you know, a lot of people who don't necessarily fit on your spectrum of what a gay looks like or what a trans person looks like.
What a gay looks like.
And so maybe we should try to be a little bit more accepting of that instead of putting people into boxes and putting people into stereotypes. And maybe we shouldn't write characters like a stereotype because that's offensive. Maybe we should just write a person like a person.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. Did you know I have to interrogate the freaks?
The freaks.
To find out more. They use Robinson Park as their hideout. Do you see Robinson Park?
No, but I'm really excited to go see Frequency Vibrations.
Here it is.
I haven't seen him since 2016.
Well, he is a character that really needs a lot of love.
That's true.
So I understand. I thought we would go do this. This doesn't really seem like something you'd do co-op anyway.
That's true. I got a little heated there. It just makes me a little mad that, like, you have to look a certain way and present a certain way to be considered something. Like,
how do you think I feel about it? I don't even get to have an opinion about it just because I like to put my, because I like my dick in girls.
I also think that's fucked up. I feel like anybody should be allowed to have an opinion on it.
On the writing in a character, you'd think.
Yeah, and here's the thing. All of these white women on Twitter who are social justice warriors have an opinion on who can go see the Black Panther movie, but my husband's not allowed to have an opinion on bisexuals.
To be fair,
even though he married a bisexual.
To be fair, it's very hard in life when you're not happy with yourself and you need to come up with problems to deal with.
I'm just saying it's offensive and it's mean and I'm upset about it. I don't think that they made Tim Drake in this game like an extreme stereotype. But
no, all I said was I wish he was a little more buff. He can make out with dudes all he wants. I don't care.
But there are inklings of it in that comic, and there's inklings of it a little bit in this game, and it's just like they're slowly pushing him to be more feminine, and that character was never like that. If you want a feminine gay character, which is fine, then make a new one.
I don't get why Duke Thomas wasn't portrayed as gay, the Signal, because, well, this sounds really tokeny, but like we know they write things this way anyway. He's a black character who is a sidekick partner to Batman, who was once Robin and now is the Signal, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a Bat family member with some powers. Mm-hmm. You could have had a openly gay black Bat family member.
And he was never in much. So
I like the idea that he's openly black, like he doesn't hide it. I meant he's just openly gay.
But, like, here's the thing, too. He wasn't in a whole ton of stories either, so you can manipulate that character. Well, you can in different ways, because there's not a ton of lore behind him yet. Like, you could just kind of say, like, you know, oh, he is with a guy. Can
I add something here that I've really been wanting to say, but I waited because you were going for a while?
Yes, you can say.
My main problem with all of this is that, you know what people said to me when I complained? When I complained about Tim Drake and those writing decisions, other than just calling me homophobic, saying I must hate anyone who's LGBTQ and all this random bullshit, you know what else they said to me?
What?
Hey, you know what? It's one continuity. It's just one. This is the continuity where he's bi. It doesn't matter. He's not bi in the old continuity. He's not going to be bi in other continuities. He's just bi in this continuity. So, like, whatever, you know, it's just a writing decision here. Like, you know, for all we know, they'll reboot it and he won't be bi in the future. So, like, maybe it's a temporary change. Who knows? It doesn't matter. It was like, you know what? Fine. I don't care that much about modern DC comic books anyway. Like, just a lot of them don't interest me.
Protecting Gotham one criminal at a time.
So, like, fine, whatever, sure. And then you get to other continuities. He's also bi now. Mm-hmm. Look at this continuity.
There's a bat ring right there.
This isn't, you realize this is not the comics continuity, right?
Yeah, it's a different continuity.
And yet, what is he? He's bi.
He's bi.
Because it's not a, oh, cool.
I love that.
Battering retrieval, we got a comic book.
I want that comic book. Is that real?
Yeah.
I want that. That's awesome.
Years ago, whatever, he scattered his things. Before I preach some more, there was a thing here